I am Engineer Olutosin Ogunmola. I currently serve as the chairman of the Nigerian Society of Engineers Ikeja branch. And we have just concluded the 2022 edition of the branch Innovation Week. And we do this on an annual basis as a responsible and responsive professional organization that is ready, ever ready to contribute our own quota in the development of the society. So for this year, we have actually thrown up an engineering innovation challenge to our students, both at the secondary school level and at the undergraduate level. So the Innovation Week actually comprises of two events, and this week started last year. So we have the first one that is for the secondary school students, and that we have been holding in honor of one of our senior members, the first female agricultural engineer in Nigeria, Engineer Idiat Amusu FNSE. So we call that event Idiat Aderemi Amusu Project Skill Initiative, and it is where young secondary school students will come through their schools, and we particularly focus on public schools in Lagos State. So they come as a team from each of the schools to put on display their projects, what the innovative idea they've been able to come up with in respect of the theme for this year's Innovation Week, which is towards a sustainable city. And that also speaks of us as a professional organization that has keyed into the goal and ambition of Lagos State to build a smart city. And that is what these young lads have worked around. And then the second leg of the events of the Innovation Week is for the undergraduates and of course for our young engineers. So we also throw up the Engineering Innovation Challenge to senior people from the universities up to those who have graduated, and they can actually have projects to show. Fundamentally and originally, this leg of the Innovation Week is actually created towards adapting the projects of our undergraduates in the school. We see a situation where year in, year out, engineering students continue to have projects, and once they scale the stage of passing their projects in the school, the project course, and then those projects are dumped in the schools. So what we have tried to do is, okay, can we bring these projects to life within the context of whatever team that we are actually treating for the Innovation Week? And this leg also we have named after the fourth branch chairman of our great branch, in the person of Engineer Francis Ogunmola. So we now refer to this event as Francis Ogunmola Innovation and Creativity Fair. And so these are the two legs of the Innovation Week. And what's the import of all of this is not for us just to have them for a show. It is not for us to have the fair, but we are now using our platform to showcase what innovations. At the end of the day, innovation is the lubrication for development. If you don't innovate, then you will, before you know, you find out you lag behind. Before you know it, you fizzle out. So we continue to actually encourage innovation. And what we now try to do is, once we showcase these innovations from the secondary school students as well as undergraduates and even young engineers, we really want organizations, both public and private. I'm so happy that in the course of this event we had the senior special advisor to the governor of Lagos State on STEM. That is science, technology, engineering and mathematics. So it is geared towards having collaboration with different organizations, both public and private, that will work with us in adapting and adopting, as it were, a number of these innovations. We know that these innovations actually find application in different industries. So it's an opportunity for us to actually engage with different organizations, with private companies, in particular industry giants, that will look at this and say, okay, yes, we can actually work more on this innovation and then let it have a place in our operation. And for us to be able to do that, beyond just undertaking the Innovation Week, we have now gone ahead to create an engineering innovation hub, which is actually meant to be a product development, or more of innovation incubation and product development center. So we are currently, the building is completed. but we are at the stage of equipping, buying more equipment, such that all of these innovations that are on display in the course of our innovation week over the past years, we can actually bring them in. On an annual basis, we will consider those that fit in, and then once we bring them in, we will work around them in terms of research and development to ensure we can grow, and indeed we can scale up these innovations to the point that they become commercially viable products. So this is the whole essence of what we do in the branch that we call the branch to beat. Is the foremost branch of the Nigerian Society of Engineers. It's important to speak about some of the innovations that these young lads had actually come up with this year, and like I said, of course, in line with the theme for this year's Innovation Week, which is towards a sustainable city. So it's important that, of course, we talk in terms of being a smart city, but in the long run, what is important is that it is indeed a livable city that is sustainable in the long run. And on some of the things they've come up with, one, we have seen people that came up with smart waste bins. And of course, this is also in the light of the pandemic, where we encourage people to do less of physical touching of physical surfaces. So you see a situation where you have this waste bin that once you move close, it senses and it opens, and you can just drop your waste. This is one of the initiatives and the innovations that have been brought up. We also see another set of these students that came up with the smart traffic control system that ensures that there is a proper and effective overlap between pedestrians and vehicles. And they have been able to come up with it with sensors that will ensure that before a pedestrian has to cross the road, the vehicles are stopped automatically. Of course, we know some of this obtained, in the advanced climes, but we have here our students undertaking this. So, and of course, also we've seen a number of other initiatives around solar, power systems, that are actually effective for communities. So these are some of the innovations that we have here, and it will interest us all to know that we are having some of these from public secondary school students. So again, this is quite instructive, and it shows the potentials that we have. So at the end of the day, it will be important that we have organizations that will ensure that this does not just stay at the level of showcasing them. So like I had said earlier on, we look forward to private and public organizations that will engage with us, work with us in scaling up these innovations. And this we have a commitment to begin in our engineering innovation hub that is situated in the Rauf Aregbesola Engineering Resource Center that we have just commissioned earlier this year. And once again, if you would want to reach out to us to collaborate with us in advancing this course of engineering innovation, kindly send an email to innovation@nsceikejabranch.org.ng. We look forward to doing this together. Our goal is that someday we will begin to have made in Nigeria technical products that will be something that can be taken anywhere in the world. That is the goal. Advancing the cause of made in Nigerian technical products, from the innovations of our young minds. We look forward to collaborating with you and taking this further. So we look forward, to a number of organizations to reach out to us. The secretariat of our branch is located at Raf Alabi Engineering Complex, plot 32, Oba Ogunji Road, Ogba, Agege, Lagos. That is on the way to the new flyover that links Agege with the Abule Egba side of Lagos. So really would look, and of course, for us to reach out, we can actually reach out to the branch through our email. That's the secretariat@nsceikejabranch.org.ng. nsceikejabranch.org.ng. So you write to secretariat@nsceikejabranch.org.ng. And in addition, if indeed, since we are particularly talking about innovation, you can as well write to innovation@nsceikejabranch.org.ng. So if any of our organizations would like to partner with us on this great initiative, if you want any of the ministries, departments and agencies of Lagos State in particular to engage with us and liaise with us on this, kindly please reach us through innovation@nsceikejabranch.org.ng. Thank you. I am Engineer Olutosin Ogunmola, Chairman, the Nigerian Society of Engineers, Ikeja branch.